Huevos Rancheros. So this dish has many variations around the world because it's that good. Shakshuka is one of my firm favourites. It's a dish with tomatoes, peppers, onions, some spices and eggs. I'm calling it Huevos Rancheros, but really it's just my version of Shakshuka, of Huevos Rancheros, whatever it is, because I'm going to be putting chorizo in there, I'm going to be putting potatoes in there. I'm going to be using this Lebanese lamb rub from Smoked Club. It's going to be bloody delicious. So first thing we're going to do is dice up an onion, some garlic, and these peppers, and then we're going to get them on the pan. Let's crack on. That's the veggies diced. Now chorizo. If you're going to be cooking with chorizo, it makes sense to get cooking chorizo. So we're going to take these out, separate them, and we're just going to take the skin off of this, and all we do to do that is just slice along the sausage, like so, and then we just peel the skin like that. And then we're just going to dice this up into small chunks, and that's going to give us a beautiful chorizo flavour throughout this dish. So let's get these skinned and sliced up. Veggies are sliced, chorizo sliced. We've got a chilli in there, because why not? It's my dish, I like a bit of spice, let's chuck it in. Got a pan on the heat, got some potatoes here that are boiled, they're cooked. We're going to slice those up, bit of garlic. Let's crack on and build this dish. So the first thing we want to do is just get this chorizo into the pan as the pan's heating up. So we want to slowly render the fat out of that chorizo, and that's what we're going to use to cook our onions and our peppers in. So just get that in and let that render down straight away. The smell's going to hit you, absolutely beautiful. And I'm the chef, I'm bound to have a couple of little nibbly bits before the rest of it goes in. So chorizo in the pan, garlic, we're going to slice nice and thinly, and the potatoes I'm going to slice into 1 centimetre rounds, just like that, and they're going to go in the pan as they are. So once that chorizo starts rendering down, got a nice bit of oil in the pan, we're going to go in with the onions and the peppers, and we're going to cook those in that chorizo fat while the chorizo carries on, releasing that fat, building layers of flavour right from the start. Next, we're going to go in with the garlic. Got 1 clove of garlic here, I've chopped, diced, and optional, but I've got the red chilli as well, so I like a bit of spice. So we're going to go in there with those and cook that for about another minute or 2. Potatoes in next, again entirely optional. This is one of those dishes that you can just use up whatever you've got in the fridge. If you want to put bacon in it, put bacon in it. If you want to put peppers in there, if you want to put potatoes in there, whatever you want to put in there, just chuck it in, use it up. If you've got it in the fridge and it needs using, just chuck it in. So we're going to get the potatoes in there. This is going to be a nice hearty dish. You can have this for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It is an absolute winner. So we're going to go in with the spuds. Now again, entirely optional, whatever spices you want to go in. Huevos Rancheros would probably have paprika. If you're doing a shakshuka, you might put in cumin, chilli, paprika. I'm going to go with this Lebanese lamb rub from Smoked Club. This has got the ingredients in that I want to put into my dish. It's got cumin, paprika, allspice, turmeric, garlic powder, cinnamon, chilli powder, black pepper and salt. All of these are going to complement this dish perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and stick in probably a couple of teaspoons of this stuff. Now, let's fill the dish out. We've got some tomatoes. I'm using plum tomatoes here. They break down nicely in this dish. If you've got chopped tomatoes, tins of chopped tomatoes are fine. Fresh tomatoes are fine. I'm using plum tomatoes, and we're just going to break those down as they cook. And we're going to go in with 2 tins. We want plenty of juice in there because we want it dunkable. We want to get some nice crusty toasted bread with butter on it and chuck that in there, dunk it in. So 2 tins, in they go. And then all we're going to do is just break those down with a spoon, and as they cook, they're going to continue to break down. They're going to provide the moisture. The spices are going to mix in with the tomatoes, with the peppers, with the onions. You can see where I'm going with this. It's going to be an absolute beaut. that's blipping away nicely, reducing down nicely. I like to just balance it out slightly with a little bit of sugar, about 1/4 teaspoon. So we're just going to go ahead and bosh that in there. And now we want our eggs in there. So we're just going to take 4 eggs, 5 eggs, up to you. Again, depends how hungry you are, but we're just going to make a little well, if you can, in that sauce. And we're just going to dump our eggs into those wells like so. We're going to go with 5. 3 for me, 2 for the wife. Don't tell her. So the eggs are in, that's simmering away. We're just going to pop a lid on because we want those eggs to cook nice and evenly. We don't just want them to cook from the bottom because you're going to get a really soggy egg. We want it to be a little bit runny because that's going to mix in with the tomato. We're going to dip our bread in there. But stick a lid on there for a few minutes, just keep your eye on it. And once those eggs are cooked, we're going to finish it off with a bit of parsley, a bit of pepper, toast some bread. Yes. That's it, and like I said, you can have this for breakfast, lunch or dinner. This is certainly going to fill you up. So we've got our lovely crusty bread with a load of butter on. Just dip that in that gooey goodness, get a bit of the egg, get a bit of the tomato and dig in. Trust me guys, that is an absolute banger of a dish. So we're going to go in, smash this in with a load of crusty bread with butter on it, on a smoking elk. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.